live on Instagram. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Divinely Classic. My name is Ewino Sarabo A. Sangbedo, and I am the face behind Divinely Classic. And just a quick chat this evening. It's more or less like a follow up to a video some time ago. I did the video a couple of weeks ago, probably 3, 4 weeks ago, and it was titled um, External Validation or Seeking External Validation. And this is a follow up. And the title, I did end it that day with the saying that the next message or the next video is going to be transiting from external validation towards internal validation. And on Facebook, I titled it as shifting from external validation towards internal validation. So if you're here, welcome once again, and please share. I'm just going to share quickly on my to my WhatsApp status to my friends. Please share this video, let people come in. Or if you're watching for the first time, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and go and watch our previous videos. You will enjoy our videos because we talk about lifestyle, we talk about health and fitness, we encourage healthy living, and then we do all things health and fitness. We have a shop where we sell health and fitness wear, which you can see behind me. We sell tracksuits, we sell sports bra, 3-piece sports sets, and I look so tired just because that's because I just finished work, but I wanted to quickly do this video. So no time to waste. I'm going to go right into it. I did try to share. Let me share quickly. Copy. So I'm going to copy. I'm using my laptop to quickly share. Okay, sorry about the wait. Sorry. I shouldn't be doing this. I should have prepped all this before comment. You know what? I'm struggling to share. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. So just a quick recap on the last video that's this is following up on. We talked about external validation. So external validation was defined as the a reliance on others' opinion and approval to determine one's sense of worth. I'll repeat the definition of external validation. And if you see me moving my head back and forth, I am on Facebook and on YouTube. Hello to everyone. Hello, Cassie, Robertson, Rachel O'Connor. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I said hi. Thank you so much. Please share this video. Please subscribe to our channel. And yeah, so we're talking about external validation, and it was defined as the reliance on others' opinion and approval to determine one's sense of worth. Like we mentioned in the last video, external validation can be positive. It can be, imagine if you're a little child, and little children always seek that well done, oh, you've done this so well. Or if you even doing a job, say you've done something really good, and your manager was like, oh, you done really well today, it's a good thing. That is external validation. But the negative side of it is relying on it to determine your own sense of worth. Okay, constantly relying on that external validation and people's opinion to determine your sense of worth. The negative include low sense of worth and the reliance on others for self-awareness. Okay, so today's topic, like I mentioned earlier, is shifting from that place where you seek people's opinion, where you crave, let me say, crave people's opinion to make yourself feel good. We're going to shift from it to internal validation. Okay, internal validation. What does that mean? It simply means the process of affirming one's sense of worth. Basically, you affirm, you tell yourself that I am able. You tell yourself that I can do it. You tell yourself I am worth more than this. Okay. And you affirm your own feelings as well and your achievements without having to constantly rely on others to make you feel good. I will repeat that definition. Internal validation is defined as affirming one's sense of worth, feeling, and achievements without having to rely on external source of confirmation. It also means to recognize and accept your own thoughts, to recognize and accept your own feeling and values without the need for others to constantly remind you. Okay, and there's a popular saying in my place. It says, if a lizard falls down from a very high height, even if nobody tells that lizard well done, the lizard will tell themselves well done, that they have done well. So I think that's something we need to copy as humans. You don't have to wait for people to give you a pat in the back. Sometimes you just think, oh, I think I've done this well. Mind you, there's a very thin line between pride and self-affirmation. So just be careful that you don't cross over to being proud. But you need to be able to recognize and accept your own thoughts, your own feelings and values without having to rely on others. So what are the keys to self-awareness? What are the keys to self-validation, sorry, internal validation? So one of them, I've just mentioned it, is self-awareness. You might wonder, what is self-awareness? Basically, self-awareness is understanding your thoughts, your feelings, and your motivation. Self-awareness is understanding your own thoughts, your feelings, and your motivation. And how do you do that? Constant reflection, constant, thinking about your day, thinking about things that happened, thinking about your experiences. It will enable you to reflect and build your own self. It will enable you to know who you are, become more self-aware, to understand your thoughts, feelings, and motivation. And there are various ways that you could do reflection. I remember way back, one thing that's stuck in my head about reflection is the Gibbs cycle of reflection. Is a cycle where you go over the event, what happened, why did it happen, what did you learn. I'm not saying it the right way, but basically what happened, why did it happen, what did you learn from it, if it happens again, what are you going to do. So it's like a cycle of reflection, and it's a very good way to develop your self-awareness. Okay, so another key to shifting from external validation to internal validation is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. Okay, basically it means recognizing and accepting your strengths, your weakness, and your imperfections. Hello, Adebanjo Merishion. Thank you so much. I can see you on Facebook. Thank you for joining. And once again, thank you to everyone on YouTube for joining. Please share this live stream. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Thank you. So what is self-acceptance? The ability to recognize, accept, and accept your strengths, your weakness, and your imperfection. It's not all about being up there all the time. Sometimes things are not. There are some areas that you are struggling with. There are some areas that you think, oh, I can build on this. It's your ability to accept that and work on it that will make you shift from that place where you constantly crave people to make you feel good, to actually feeling good from inside, from affirming that yes, I can do that thing, or rather to affirming that yes, I can do that thing. So that is self-acceptance. Okay, so the third key to to internal validation is self-compassion. Self-compassion. And this self-compassion, I always preach it, that we should be gentle with ourselves, or we should be gentle on ourselves. Sometimes we are too strict with ourselves. We expect too much from ourselves. People will do things and we would forgive them, but people find it very hard to forgive themselves. They make a mistake and they go on and on about it and they cry and they moan and say, oh my goodness, how could I do this? Come on, learn from it. Something happens, you know, reflect on that experience, pick the good ones, notice the bad ones or the weaknesses, build on it and move on. Know how to forgive yourself, know how to have compassion on yourself, be kind to yourself, especially during challenging times. Okay. And another key to, sorry about the noise in the background. That's an aeroplane just gone and it's a TUI. If you follow my videos, you will see a video I did. I live not too far from the airport, and sometimes we do see the planes like descending, not on the ground though, but like really low. So that's why the noise. Just to carry on, thank you so much for everyone for being here. The another way that we can a move from external validation to internal validation is trusting ourselves. Trusting ourselves. So you exude that confidence. You exude that confidence in judgment and in decision. Okay, sometimes you just have to trust yourself. Some people are so doubting of themselves, they do not believe that they can do it. And what's the worst that can happen? Of course, you need to do everything that you need to do. Follow the guidelines, follow the procedures, do what you need to do. But you also need to just trust yourself. Don't hinder yourself. People say, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Before you say, I can't do it, you have to think, what's the worst that would happen if I did it? Would anybody die? Hopefully not. Okay, so you have to trust yourself and kind of embrace new challenge. You need to exude that confidence, because if you do not give yourself that push from inside, you're going to keep relying on others to push you. And that's what this topic is all about. This topic is all about affirming or reaffirming from the inside, telling yourself, I can do it, not waiting for others to tell you your sense of worth before you know what you can and cannot do. So, and another way that we can shift from external to internal validation is to focus and build on your motivation. Focus and build on your motivation rather than always seeking external validation. I'm going to cut my tongue there. Focus and build on your motivation rather than always seeking external validation. Feedback is good. Like I said last time, asking questions is good, but focus on actually building yourself, taking those feedback and working on them. Imagine somebody ask you a question once, even a little child comes and say, oh, what is this, and you say, oh, this means, at the first time you're like very patient explaining. Imagine if that little child comes again to ask you the same question, the question they just asked. You're going to think, oh, I thought I just told you that. And you go, oh, do you know? Yeah, this is, like I said earlier, this is the answer. So just imagine if that same person, that little child, comes to you again, asking the same question for the third, for the fourth time. You're going to think, what is wrong with you? So before people begin to think what is wrong with you, because you constantly seek their approval, you constantly seek their validation, it is high time that you build your motivation. Focus on your strengths. Focus on your strengths, build it, recognize your weaknesses, develop them, and be a better person. Okay? And set your own standard for success. Set your own standard for success. Don't always rely on people's definition of success, because it's different for everybody. What you might class as success, I might not see it as success. So it's very different for everybody. So those are the keys, some of the keys that you can use to shift from that state of constant validation or constant external validation to internal validation, where you actually self-validate really. And it's not about being proud. It's not about being wanting to say, oh, I know it all, being perfect. It's about you recognizing your strengths, recognizing your weaknesses, and building them, working on them, so you don't make the mistake that you made yesterday. That is what internal validation is all about. So what are the benefits of internal validation? One, you develop emotional resilience. Remember, we started talking about reflection, self-awareness, and constant reflection, constant self-awareness promotes emotional resilience. You become stronger emotionally. What could break you before would not break you this time, because you've thought about it and you've developed coping strategies or coping mechanisms to deal with that thing. Excuse me. So you develop emotional resilience from internal validation, and you also develop a stronger sense of self. So you have this very stable and positive sense of yourself, really. You kind of are more confident. Okay, that's another aeroplane. I wish I could turn the camera. That's the second one in 5 minutes. I can't. I didn't see that clearly. I don't know if you heard the noise. That's another aeroplane just gone past. Yeah. So the benefits of internal validation: you develop a stronger sense of self. You become more stable, and then there's that reduced anxiety and stress. Imagine having to rely on what people think about you every day, having to bother so much about what people think about you. You're going to, the example I gave, that was a Sunday, 2 Sundays ago. The example I gave was about a wig that I was going to wear. And at first I thought, oh, this wig is so heavy, it's too full. And later I looked at myself in the mirror. I thought, I'm going to wear it. It's none of your business how, as long as it's not dirty, as long as it's not messy, that's how I want to wear my wig. So imagine having to just be in that constant place of wanting people's approval. I would only do things that people would like. And oh my God, it's just one life that we have to live. Why would you give people so much power over you, for them to determine your happiness, for them to determine what you will wear, for them to determine how you would go about your day-to-day business? So it's very important that we shift from external validation to internal validation, because it will reduce our anxiety and stress levels. And also, it will improve our decision making, because we will become more autonomous. That means we can make decisions on our own without having to always seek other people's opinion. Again, don't get me wrong, we do need feedback in everything that we do. We do need feedback, and feedback is very good for growth, but it shouldn't be you seeking feedback all the time, or you being bothered about that all the time, especially in your day-to-day living. Okay. And lastly, internal validation. The benefit of internal validation is you develop healthier relationship with people. And the only way you can develop healthier relationship with people is developing a sense of self. I don't know if that makes sense. The only way you can develop healthier relationship with others is to first like yourself, is to first love yourself, is to accept yourself, is to have compassion on yourself, is to forgive yourself, and to trust yourself. When you have those 5 keys that I just mentioned, then you can actually relate more with people. You can have more social skills. You can have better social relationship with people. And you wouldn't rely so much on what others think about you. You wouldn't rely so much on a standard validation to be who you want to be. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if this is your first time on my channel, coming across my videos, please share. Once again, my name is Ewana Saraboy Sangbedo, and this is my very tired face, just finished from work. And that's behind me. That's another aeroplane. I wish I could. Let me see if I can turn it. Oh, that is I didn't see that. It's a bit far off. So that's since I started this video almost 20 minutes, that's the third one that's gone past now, to tell you how close We are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please share, and I hope you have a good day. My next topic, I'll definitely be doing a video on Sunday evening. So make a date with me. It will be between probably 3 and 4 p.m. on Sunday evening. And if you haven't watched our video, we had an event, health education event last week, Sunday, which was titled the effect of hypertension on the eyes, and we talked about hypertensive retinopathy, and we had two doctors there that discussed about how unmanaged hypertension can affect your eyes. I didn't know that till we decided to have that event. So if you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch that video. It's very interesting. I always encourage people to take control, not necessarily control, but take responsibility over your own health, because it's your own health at the end of the day. Yes, the doctors, the nurses are there to help you, support you as much as they can, but the sole responsibility of living healthy lies on you. Do what you can do. Arguably, there are some illnesses that are autoimmune, but majority of illnesses these days are lifestyle and diet related and can be controlled with such. So yeah, look after yourself, because you only have one life to live. I hope you have a good evening. Take care. Join me on my next video on Sunday, 3 to 4 p.m. Have a good day. Bye bye.